Hello everyone, I am Dr. Shiv Kumar, Assistant Professor of Physics. So in this video session, I will be talking about the calculation of moment of inertia of a thin uniform rod and the moment of inertia of a rectangular lamina. The important learning objectives of the session are calculation of moment of inertia of a thin uniform rod and moment of inertia of a rectangular lamina. First, let us try to calculate the moment of inertia of a thin uniform rod or bar. Consider a uniform rod AB of length L, mass M, capable of rotating about an axis, passing through its center and perpendicular to its length. So that is y dash is an axis under consideration now. So now the mass of the bar is M, as we have considered. L is length of the bar. Therefore, the mass per unit length of the bar is equal to M by L. Now you can imagine the rod to be made up of a number of small elements of length dx perpendicular to its length. Consider one such element at a distance x from the axis. The mass of the element is equal to mass per unit length, that is M by L, into its length dx. So therefore, the moment of inertia of the element under consideration about the axis y dash is equal to mass into distance square. Distance of the element from the axis, it is x. So therefore, M by L into x square into dx gives us the moment of inertia of the element under consideration about y dash axis. Now, the moment of inertia of the whole bar AB about y dash. So, which is given by I is equal to integral minus L by 2 to plus L by 2 M by L into x square dx. So, where the limits are taken from minus L by 2 to plus L by 2 because the elements are at distances starting from minus L by 2 on left side to the plus L by 2 from the axis. So, therefore, the moment of inertia I is equal to minus L by 2 to plus L by 2 M by L into x square dx. Here x square is an even function. So therefore the integral minus L by 2 to plus L by 2 can be written as 2 into integral 0 to L by 2. So therefore I is equal to 2 into integral 0 to L by 2 M by L into x square dx. So now upon integration you will get 2M by L into x cube by 3 limits 0 to L by 2. So by applying the limits and simplifying, you will get the moment of inertia as ml square by 12. So this equation gives us the moment of inertia of a rod or bar of certain length L and mass M about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane. And the radius of gyration of the lamina or the radius of gyration of the bar about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane is given by k is equal to L divided by 2 root 3. So now the moment of inertia of the rod can also be calculated about an axis which is at one end of the rod and perpendicular to its length. So for that, so I is equal to integral 0 to L M by L into x square dx. Here whatever the elements we have imagined, so these elements are at distances starting from 0 to L from the axis of rotation. So therefore I is equal to integral 0 to L M by L x square dx gives us the moment of inertia of the rod about an axis passing through one end and perpendicular to its length. So upon integration and applying the limits, you will get the moment of inertia as I is equal to ml square divided by 3. And the corresponding radius of gyration is k is equal to L divided by root. Next, let us calculate the moment of inertia of the rectangular lamina. Consider a rectangular lamina ABCD of length L, breadth B. Let M be mass per unit area of the lamina. Now there are two axes in the plane of the lamina. One axis is y dash, which is perpendicular to its length and passing through the center. Another axis x dash axis, which is passing through the center and perpendicular to its breadth. First, let us try to calculate the moment of inertia of the lamina about y dash axis. So in order to calculate that, imagine that rectangular area to be made up of a number of elementary strips parallel to BC, its breadth BC. Consider one such strip at a distance x from yy dash and of thickness dx. Now the mass of the strip is equal to mass per unit area into area of the strip. Area of the strip is given by B into Tx and mass per unit area is m. Therefore, the moment of inertia of the strip about an axis through center and perpendicular to its length, that is yy dash axis, is equal to mb into x square dx, where x is the distance of the strip from the axis of rotation. The moment of inertia of the whole lamina about yy dash axis is Iy is equal to integral minus L by 2 to plus L by 2 mb into x square dx. Upon integration, you will get Iy as mb by 3 into x cube minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. Applying the limits and simplifying it, you will get Iy as mlb into L square divided by 12, where m into L into b gives us mass per unit length into area of the lamina, that gives us the total mass of the lamina. Therefore, Iy is equal to ml square divided by 12, and the radius of gyration corresponding to yy dash axis is equal to L divided by 2 root 3. Similarly, you can imagine the rectangular area to be made up of a number of elementary strips parallel to its length AB, and using that you can calculate the moment of inertia of the lamina about x dash axis, and the moment of inertia about x dash is given by Ix is equal to mb square divided by 12, and the corresponding radius of gyration is b divided by 2 root 3. So now, by applying the perpendicular axis theorem, we can calculate the moment of inertia of the lamina about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane. So by theorem of perpendicular axis, you will get the moment of inertia about Iz, that is the axis passing through the center and perpendicular to its plane. Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Substituting for Ix and Iy, you will get Iz as ml square by 12 plus mb square divided by 12. So upon simplification, you will get Iz as m into L square plus b square divided by 12, and the corresponding radius of gyration of the lamina about an axis through its center and perpendicular to its plane is equal to square root of L square plus b square divided by 12. So therefore, in this particular session, we calculated the moment of inertia of the rod about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its length, and then the moment of inertia of this rod about an axis passing through one of its end and perpendicular to its length, and then we have calculated moment of inertia of the lamina about an axis through the center and perpendicular to its length and through the center and perpendicular to its breadth, and then a moment of inertia of the lamina about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane. I hope you have understood this. Thank you.